pray, starts to say thank you. Okay? Start to say thank you. Because guess what? I've never had to run out in the middle of the night with these kids because they got sick. Right? My doors never got kicked down by any police, murderer, thief. Right? I'm being thankful for what I got. Right? I'm thankful for the fact that I can open up a book and read. I'm thankful for the fact that now I have these inspirations to do great things. Okay? And what I've done with that, with those inspirations is write them down. I got a whole list of them going. Okay? I got a whole list of them going. And by my calculation, give me 2 more years. And I'll tell my boss, I don't need you anymore. Seriously. Because a couple years ago, I started to resolve that, listen, I want to start writing my own paycheck. I want to have the freedom to do the things that I want to do. Right? I'm grateful for the fact that I am blessed with the mindset to do certain things to help the youth. One of my goals, one of my inspirations is to work with the kids, with the young men and children, the ones that are part of the Boston Public Schools. I want to be on the radio. I want to talk to the young men that are getting ready to go into life and don't know what relationship is about. I want to talk to the women that are having babies. I want to talk to the men that are walking away from those babies. Right? I want to talk to those that are distracted by drugs and alcohol. Right? I want to start raising money for cancer research. Right? Those are things that I want to do. You know what I do? I write them down. I want my life to mean something when I leave this place. I want to make a contribution. I want people to remember that this man was shining. This man left a legacy behind. Maybe he didn't leave any money, but he left something that's helping our generation. Because today we are enjoying the freedom that people have died for. There was a time when there couldn't be that many black people in one place. And someone died to make it happen for us to be here today. Someone went to prison. Someone got shot for that, right? Some people dedicated their lives and they died so that you and I could be free today, right? So we can enjoy what we have. So my goal is to leave something for the future generation. Because I don't know about you, but I want my future generation to remember that their great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy, Jean, changed their family history. Right? It's important. So when you start being thankful for the things that you have, that's when you're open now for the universe to pour more into you. Because they call that the law of attraction. Right? If you're happy about what you have, you're going to get more of it. The next thing that's important to do is once you have your inspiration, you put them down as dreams, you develop a plan of action, and you begin to be grateful and things start pouring into your life. Now the next step is you have to engage in consistent action. Believing that it is possible is not enough. You have to engage in consistent action. Consistent action basically means that on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, you are doing something toward that goal. You are taking at least a step. You're not procrastinating. You're not holding back. Right? You have to engage in consistent action. Once you have your goals written down, then at some point, since it is your time to shine, at some point, the light will turn on in your mind, and it's going to tell you what to do. There's no excuse for inaction. There's no excuse for not moving ahead, for not chasing your goals, your dreams, for not running after your inspiration. There's no excuse. Let me tell you why. Because the inspiration came from somewhere, the know-how will come to. So you don't have to have all the details. But as you move ahead, as you move forward, what's going to happen is you will see clearer. You will see better. You will understand more. You will say, wow, that was a mistake that I was making right there. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. And before you know it, it's just like a car traveling in the dark. The headlights can only go so far. So the car just travels in the distance that the headlights shows it, right? But the more you advance in the light that you can see, the more you can see further ahead. So don't ignore your dreams. Don't ignore that voice inside you. Don't ignore that inspiration in you that's telling you you can do better. That's telling you what you should be doing. I had the pleasure of sitting down with one of my coworkers, and she was telling me how she hated her job. She was telling me how she hated what she was doing. And then she started naming all these great business ideas that she has. Ideas that could make her a multimillionaire. Ideas that can change everything. Ideas that can take her from having a boss to her becoming a boss. So all those ideas in her mind, and I asked her, what's the reason for you not following that inspiration, that voice inside you? She said, I don't know. I guess I am scared. Guess I am scared. And being afraid is the reason why most of us don't go after our dreams. Being afraid of failure. Nobody wants to lose, right? Nobody wants to lose. Afraid of risks. Sometimes we're afraid of success. And we say to ourselves, what am I going to do if things start working out? How am I going to manage a multi-million-dollar corporation? You don't find Donald Trump asking that question, do you? And he is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Right? You don't find the successful people asking that question because how it's going to work out, it's none of their business. As long as they're moving toward their goals and they're doing something about it, everything falls into place. And before you know it, you know what's going to happen? It's done. Before you know it, you have multiple streams of income. Before you know it, you got businesses that are running. Before you know it, those t-shirts are selling like hotcakes on the internet. Before you know it, your business is taking off. But what is it that's holding us back when we should engage in consistent action on a daily basis? If you think about your goals, think about your dreams, and say to yourself, write them down on a piece of paper, and then say to yourself, every day I got to do something about this. Every day I got to do something, even if it's not something big. Every day I do something about it. By the end of the year, you will have accomplished a lot. You will have done so much. So it's important to engage in consistent action. I don't know what that action will be. Your heart will tell you. Okay? Maybe your action should be to put away a little bit of money for that. Okay? Maybe the action that you need to take is to go out and talk to someone. Let the world know what you intend to do. Right? And have some people laugh at your face until you meet this person that says, I always wanted to do that. Why don't we get together? Let's talk about this. Right? I was in this room last Saturday, and then one of the young ladies that I recruited was in this room right there viewing a video for this company that we work for, Primerica Financial Services. I went to her and I said to her, well, you know, I'm following my heart more now, and I feel that, you know, I'm inspired to go into motivational speaking. And I've been doing that on a free basis and, you know, just getting my feet wet, just, you know, just falling in love with it. She said to me, she told me that she was in charge with the company that she was working with. Now, she got promoted to a higher level. She told me that her position, her previous position with that company was to look for motivational speakers to come speak for the corporation. And she told me that the money that they used to pay those speakers was ridiculous. So, you see how that works out? I told her what I was doing, and then the universe says to her, just bring everything together. Everything came together, right? So I'm going to keep in touch with her, right? And I'm going to sharpen my skills, right? Before I started motivational speaking, I wasn't, picking up a book was the worst thing, was my biggest fear. Now I walk around with a book in my bag, right? And I'm marking the page where I read already, right? I get in my car, right? I get in my car, I put on the motivational speaker to keep me inspired, to keep me alive. I stay away from the rap and from the music that could distract the mind. I tend to stay away from those because they're not contributing to what I want to accomplish. Right? So a consistent action could be to start listening to something else, to someone else. Start speaking with the people, the kind of people that will help you move toward your goals and dreams, instead of keeping the kind of relationships in your life that are toxic, that are dragging you down. I did not realize how many weak friends, how many weak family members, how many weak relationships I had in my life until I started working with network marketing. Okay? Because you make a call, they say, oh sure, I'll help you out, and they don't come through. They don't come through. Right? You say, okay, I just need you to come to a meeting. Come support me. Come help me out. Right? I must have sent about 150 text messages. Right? I must have sent about 150 text messages. Right? So, there's not 150 people here, you know? And that's fine. That's fine. You know? Because I know now I'm seeing my relationships a little bit different. Right? I'm seeing the people that are in my life with a different eyes. Because if I truly had an emergency, you would not come through for me. If you can't come to a meeting with me to support me, right? Or if I can't, you may not want to get into business with me. That's fine, right? But at least I would say good job, right? At least give me some support. But some of the relationships in your life needs to go, because they're the kind of relationship that's telling you you're wasting your time. Why stay in that direction? Why go there? Why waste your time? Let's stay home and watch the ball game. It's a Sunday night. Let me ask you something. How much is that going to contribute to your goals and dreams? Right? What is that going to do for you? Right? The 5%ers, the people that are rising to the top, they don't do the same thing that the other 95% are doing. The difference between a bully and a nerd is that the bully ends up in jail and the nerd runs the country. Right? Right? And the nerd spends all their time studying, getting better. Right? They get out of class, boom, they open up that book. They get out of class, boom, they stay away from that TV. I'm glad I brought these boys here, because I believe they need to hear this. Right? They need to hear this. Okay? And I'm going to make it a point every time I have a session like this to bring them. Because many times at home, I sit them down and I'm telling them the ways of life. So, getting back to the point, it's important to engage in consistent action. The next step is, as you decide to engage in consistent action, you have to be willing to risk it all. You got to be willing to risk it all. Okay? Because there will be friendships in your life that you will have to let go because they're not productive. Right? There will be places that you used to go. You'll have to cut them loose. Right? Old hangout places. Right? If you're working on a dream to become great, to become powerful, right? To want a multi-million